Dun dun dun! Henry Cavill out as Superman amid Warner Brothers DC Universe shakeup exclusive. Oh dear God. Okay, what's going on YouTube? JT's Reborn here, and I normally don't make videos like this, but I just want to talk about this because it's been one big clusterfuck of a news day for DC Comics. I mean, they got the new comic books that came out this week. I haven't really read anything yet, but I plan on it. There's a new issue of Red Hood and the Outlaws that came out, so I definitely want to check that out, Detective Comics. But this was a huge shock today because according to, the Hollywood Reporter, they say that Henry Cavill is out as Superman. And then everyone just losing their minds, losing their shit. Was the top trend on Twitter, like pretty much the biggest news story of the day. Oh, Henry Cavill out as Superman. He's done, no more. And we didn't get an official comment from Warner Brothers. It was all this inside sources nonsense. And you know what? At this point, I don't fucking believe anything that anyone says. They're like, our inside sources. Until you get an official confirmation of the studio, don't believe it. Because every single thing has been horseshit. Because shortly after this drops, Henry Cavill's manager, Dani Garcia herself, comes out to say, be peaceful, the cape is still in his closet. Warner Bros. Pictures has been and continues to be our partners as they evolve the DC Universe. Anticipate a WB statement today. So Warner Brothers did their statement. Let's see if we can pull this statement right here from Screen Geek. Give them credit. While no decisions have been made regarding any upcoming Superman films, we've always had a great respect for and a great relationship with Henry Cavill. That remains unchanged. You have Dani Garcia's thing. It seems blah 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 blah. What this is to me is it's very clear to me that this is just negotiating strategies between both parties. A lot of people talked about this too. Henry Cavill wants to get paid to be Superman. He loves being Superman, but he wants that money, and it's understandable why. And his, agent, Dani Garcia, is trying to get him, like, big, huge top dollars. But the thing is with that is, Henry Cavill, I mean, as much as I love him as Superman, he isn't a huge box office draw like, something like The Rock or, like maybe like a Chris Pratt, who's, has multiple franchises. I mean, Henry Cavill just did Mission Impossible, and he was really good in that movie. But, like, there hasn't been a solo Henry Cavill film that's been, like, a huge hit. What does he have? Like, Man from U.N.C.L.E.? It's a fun movie, but it wasn't, like, a huge deal. And then he also was in... What else was he in? Immortals? Hellraiser Judgment? That's the only movies. He was more of a TV guy. And he's got his Witcher deal coming up. And I'm looking forward to checking that out on Netflix. I've never played the games in that, but, good for him. So this is just clear to me that this is just all huge negotiation tactics going back and forth between Warner Bros. And Henry Cavill. He wants to stay on as Superman. He himself has stated this several times. He wants to keep playing Superman as long as possible. Warner Brothers, it's just been a huge clusterfuck of stuff with the DC Universe. I feel like every other day it's just like, oh, this has been confirmed, this is a mess, so-and-so is in and out. So, like the Ben Affleck Batman thing. Ben Affleck has stated he wants to be in it with Matt Reeves. He wants to work with Matt Reeves. Matt Reeves has said he's still talking to Ben Affleck. There's never been an official report from the studio saying Ben Affleck is out as Batman, or Ben Affleck has not addressed on social media or made an official press release saying, I am done as Batman. All it is just insiders back and forth. Well, my source complains, or my source says, or my source says this, my source says this, my source says this. I'm like, who are these fucking sources? Tell us the truth. But we can't give away that information because they're not supposed to. Just tell us who the fuck it is. Why? It's all a bunch of rumors, bullshit, gossip, whatever you want to call it. It's just nothing but a bunch of nonsense. That's all it is anymore. That's all this shit is. It's a bunch of, like, lying, stupid, bullshit nonsense. Fucking, come on, get back to the site. Henry Cavill, Superman. Oh yeah, Ben Affleck's done his Batman. That shit too. Where's the press release? Where's Matt Reeves saying officially, hey guys, Ben Affleck is done? At this point, just say something already. Stop, jerking everybody around just saying, oh, is he or is he not going to be Batman? Or is he not going to be Superman? Stop it. Enough is enough. When does this shit end? You know what I mean? When does it stop? Like, all it is just like, unconfirmed source, blah, blah, blah. I can't even speak right now because it just boggles my mind. It's just constant back and forth. It just, cancel this or do this. Warner Bros. Tweaks this. Change up here. Change up there. What the hell is going on at this studio? They're doing well everywhere else but their DC division. And it sucks because I want it to run smoothly. I want it to be universally loved. I'm a huge DC Comics fan, more than I am so Marvel. And even though I love Marvel, I've always been, and I always will be, more of a DC fan. I like the characters more. You know, the storylines just clicked with me more. But their cinematic universe has definitely been way more consistent at Marvel and flowed better than DC's. There's just no denying that. It doesn't mean I don't like movies in the DC universe more than certain Marvel films, because, you know, I like Man of Steel more than I like a lot of the other Marvel films, and, you know, like Wonder Woman. Even BVS I like more than, like, something like Iron Man 3 or, you know, Iron Man 2 or Thor 2 or Thor 1. You know what I mean? Like, they're at least more memorable. But there's people are still, it's funny, people are still going back and forth arguing about Batman versus Superman. Like, ever since that movie came out, it's just been, and, you know, Man of Steel was kind of a divisive movie. Like, it was definitely more positive. It was a polarizing movie, but it wasn't like, you know, sheer hatred and rage towards each other. When Batman vs Superman came out, it just broke the internet. It really did. And it just kind of sucks. I kind of miss the days. I miss, like, 5 years ago when Man of Steel was coming out, because it was a simpler time. It was just like, we're going to make a realistic Superman movie, which, you know, Superman doesn't necessarily have to be realistic. It was like a new take, an Elseworld story, and for the most part it worked. There's some things I definitely change. Superman should have been a little bit more upbeat in that movie, I feel like. There's some things that they should have cut with the Kents, like that line where he's just like, maybe you should have let him die, son. I'm like, no. And that goddamn tornado scene, which is the worst scene in that movie, should have been cut altogether. Or you could have had it where, despite his dad telling him no, Superman goes to save him because he's like, he has the chance to save it. There's a reason it works better in the original Superman film, because it shows despite all the power that Superman has, he can't save everyone. He can't save people from death, you know, natural causes and stuff. So it's a good way to humanize him and, you know, show, like, his limitations as a hero. But yeah, I still like Henry as Superman, and it's just been a big clusterfuck back and forth. Like, oh, he's gonna be in this movie. Oh, rumor has it, guys. Rumor has it. Rumor has this. Rumor has that. I'm so sick of rumors. Give me some facts. Give me straight from the studio's mouth, because all this other stuff, it's just constantly like, oh, well, this person at the studio said this. Who? Tell me who the fuck it is. I'm so sick of playing this game over and over again. I'm like, just constantly checking, oh, rumors, that. I'm like, I don't want to buy anything anymore. Just remember a few weeks ago where it was like, Alec Baldwin is Thomas Wayne in the Joker movie. And then Alec Baldwin was like, I'm not fucking Thomas Wayne in the Joker movie. It's like, what are we doing here? I want some official press releases. At least Disney, when they have their shit, like, they give an official press release like, hey, this is so-and-so who's in the movie. Just give us that, okay? Or Comic-Con or something. It's just a mess. I hope Henry Cavill shows up in Shazam. I know that's been rumored. Like I said, it's a rumor. It's not been confirmed or anything. There's no official studio saying, hey guys, Henry Cavill's in this movie. But I hope he does cameo in Shazam. I think that would be cool to see young Billy Batson looking up to Superman. And basically, after Justice League, I know, like, you have the mustache issues and all that, and I know there's fans who want the original Snyder Cut version, which I don't think is going to happen anytime soon. I'd like to see it done maybe in, like, a graphic novel of the original Vision to see it, like, play out. And I would have liked to. It's just, Justice League kind of fucked things up. I mean, I had fun with Justice League. I got to go to a press screening of that. It was really cool. But that movie, because it didn't do well, and they had all the reshoot issues and all the bullshit and all the restructuring, just so much chaotic mess after Batman vs Superman didn't do well. It was just, you know, they didn't have a strong foundation. What should have happened? Like, I know a lot of people said this. They should have built up to it more. They should have waited. See, this is the issue when you try to do like 15 movies at once or something like that. You want to focus one movie at a time. That's what I miss the pre-MCU days of superhero movies, where it was just like the Raimi trilogy. Outside of Spider-Man 3, it was like Spider-Man 1 was great. They left a few ideas open for a sequel, and they took some time off, and then they came back with a storyline that they worked out, and then, you know, left the door open for some more potential in the future. They didn't have the whole entire thing like planned out. They played it movie by movie. I miss those days. Or like Chris Nolan, he had ideas. He wanted to go for his Dark Knight trilogy, but, like, you know, he played it movie by movie, and it worked phenomenally. It's like 2012 was the changing point for superhero movies. It was the uphill and then the downhill, I'd say, because then everyone tried to be like the shared universe thing, and then, you know, that's been good and bad. Because, like, the good is, you know, you get consistency and you get a good overarching storyline. You get to see the characters you've never seen before crossover constantly, and it's really cool, but it's no longer special. Like, Infinity War did feel special, but, like, when it got to Avengers 2, it didn't feel special, if you know what I'm saying. It felt like more like TV show episodes than an actual, like, movie. So like that's kind of the issue. One of the issues I have with the MCU is like it felt episodic. It didn't feel like they didn't feel like movies anymore. They felt like big budget episodes of a TV show, when they have their Netflix shows. So it's just like, I think like Phase 1 felt the most special to me, and then obviously Infinity War is my favorite MCU film, but case in point, I'm just saying like the DCU tried to do the same. Like Man of Steel worked better because it was like a standalone movie, and it was epic. There's some stakes to it. You really felt a great villain in General Zod, and for the most part, it was pretty great. Awesome final battle, like, oh, that final battle is incredible. And then Batman vs Superman was coming out, and this is where the issues started coming when they were trying to do their universe building thing. Because I know like people were like, well, Zack Snyder wanted to do his like storyline, like kind of like a more standalone story and just like a real finite thing. And then the studio, I guess, was wanting to, like I said, these are rumors. I'm going off on that, but it was just kind of like a back and forth thing where you can tell he wanted to do his thing. You can tell Warner Bros. Wanted to do their thing. That's why Justice League was a Frankenstein movie. And it just turned out unfortunate for everyone involved. Like I said, I think it would have been better if we got a Man of Steel 2 and then Batman vs. Superman, like so we can build on the Superman thing. And like there's some major things that need to be done to Batman vs. Superman. Just too much thrown into it at once, trying to set up everything, hurry up to get to the Justice League movie. If it was just Batman vs. Superman, I think that would have been perfectly fine. But can you imagine the world we'd live in if Batman vs. Superman wasn't like as negatively received as it was and it was universally praised? Holy shit, where would we be right now in terms of comic book movies? And then, you had Ben Affleck's The Batman script, and then, Matt Reeves is doing this thing. I can't wait because Matt Reeves just got off of doing like, War for the Planet of the Apes, which came out last year, and I thought that was awesome. And I'm very excited for what he has for Batman. Maybe we got something coming out because this Saturday is Batman Day, and it's also the launch of the DC Universe app. Which, by the way, that makes me think like the DC Universe app is literally launching like this weekend, and we have this shit coming out about Superman. It's like as if to undercut everything that was going towards it. I don't know if it was just somebody's trying to sabotage the whole DC thing again, try to undercut their upcoming streaming service, or what. I'm not exactly sure. It's kind of strange, but anyways, trying to think what else I can add to this. I do hope Henry Cavill stays on as Superman. I want him to make a Superman movie because at the end of Justice League, like I said, outside of the creepy face that we had that should have been cut, Superman was where he needed to be. The heroes, for the most part, were where they needed to be. I'm like, okay, so we got this, pushed down, things are cleaned up. Not exactly the best thing, but we got to the point we need to be. Now we could really go off and push things. Like I think that's what Aquaman's going to do. Wonder Woman 84. I'm not sure how continuity-wise it's going to work because I don't like the idea of retconning things. I think it's kind of a cheap move for the most part. But yeah, so we have Wonder Woman 84, and then you got Shazam, which are all set in the universe as well. I don't know what's going on with Wonder Woman 84. I don't know how the hell you're going to explain that, where it was like, oh, we had someone like this before, but not really. I don't know. Maybe some mystical stuff goes on and whatever. But yeah, I do want Henry Cavill to make another Superman movie. I know the idea is like they're going to do a Supergirl movie. I want it to where he has a Superman movie. Maybe get that Supergirl movie and have him like play a factor into it. And then once she's established, he's established, Shazam's established. They could do like, I guess they're going to do like a movie with Shazam, Black Adam, Superman would be kind of cool. Or you can have it to where the Superman sequel that we've been wanting brings in Brainiac. I think Brainiac is the one villain that all fans have wanted to see because we've never gotten a movie with Brainiac in it. I shouldn't say live action because there's that Krypton show, and like I've seen footage of him. I'm like, wow, Brainiac looks great. He looks spot on movie quality. So I want to see a live action Brainiac on the big screen more than any other Superman villain. We've gotten General Zod, we've gotten Lex Luthor, and even then Lex Luthor in this universe, I'm not a fan of Jesse Eisenberg's take on Lex Luthor. I think it's not very good, but I think he would have been perfect for the Riddler, but not Lex Luthor. Yeah, so that's all I got to say about this matter. I do hope Henry stays on as Superman. I think this is all just crazy negotiating tactics, and I think Henry Cavill just needs to be like, tell his agent, look, this is a big, huge clusterfuck you got me in. Just get me to stay on as Superman. This is a huge deal. Like, this is like a big money role for me. And he loves being Superman. He loves to talk about Superman for hours. Just get someone new in there who knows what they're doing. Someone who, like, reads possibly, like, the Tomasi run of Superman Rebirth or something. Just bring Superman back, in his full glory, because where he was at the end of Justice League, upbeat, positive. Like, my favorite moment in Justice League is where he's just like, I believe in truth, but I'm also a big fan of justice, and he punches Steppenwolf. That's the best part of the movie for me. because it's just like, oh, Superman. Like, I'm like, that's a Superman line. That's such a Superman moment. He's happy, he's upbeat. I'm like, you know, dying is honestly one of the best things to happen to him, because he just came back and he's just, you know, the symbol of, you know, hope and, you know, optimism, and, you know, a shining beacon, you know, in an otherwise grim world. And it was positive. It makes you feel good. So that's all I got to say about that. Thank you all for watching this video. Henry, stay on, man. Warner Brothers, get this shit together. People, new clickbaity websites, get some actual facts. Get some actual people to come out and publicly say stuff instead of your ridiculous inside sources, because this is just, you know, locker room talk bullshit, or like, you know, like gossip on the bus nonsense. Stop it. Give us some facts. Show me the Carfax. Something like that. I'm so sick of this shit. But anyways, that's all I got to say. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/SeanJKing. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video. Do what you got to do to get it, you know, more recognition. And leave a comment below. What do you think of this whole, like, shenanigans? Are you excited for the future of the DC movies? Do you want Henry Cavill to stay on? Do you want him to go? Let me know in the comments below, where we can discuss this further. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Superman. Alright, that's good.